I've truly only been watching Little House on the Prairie, so bear with me. Please bear with me. Welcome back to another episode of Dani's TV Guide. We have been on hiatus, and I've truly only been watching Little House on the Prairie for a future project. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So today is going to kind of be a hodgepodge of things I kind of remember watching, and one in particular that I'm very upset about. Let's get going. Okay, listen, I don't know if this is going to be polarizing. I don't know if this is going to be a hot take, but Katya is on my side, all right? And that's really, honest, truly all that matters. Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg movie in theaters, horrible. So bad. So terrible. So terrible. 2.5 hours I will never get back. Okay, 2.5 hours, too long for a movie already. I'm already annoyed. I'm already pissed off. I tried to at some point be like, can I take a nap? Can I take a nap? But then I was afraid that was going to be rude to the people around me. It was such a bad movie. It was such a bad movie. Let's get into it. What is it even about? That's what the world is wondering. I'm just kidding. It's a very simple plot. Okay. This guy get some secret information from this private company where essentially aliens have been around for forever, and this private company, and probably along with the US government, are torturing these aliens, okay?
Are they people?
No.
They look like the classic Martian people that we see 100 times. I believe someone somewhere on the internet said that like the worst thing that you can do in an alien movie is like show the aliens, and they like break that rule pretty quickly, and it's like, okay, so it's a little guy. Okay. And the whole movie kind of hinges on this thesis that if the world were to witness this footage of aliens being tortured by the government, by these people, we would all immediately get onto the side of the aliens and be like, that's inhumane, that is wrong, like, we should not do that, we have to protect these aliens. And that is some absolute BS. I don't believe that at all. And that thesis basically gets introduced within the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I don't buy it. I'm not into it at all. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This government, our government, the United States government, has tortured literal people. We have footage every day of children getting bombed, okay? And that moves the needle not at all. But you are gonna give me a 2.5 hour movie, okay, where I'm supposed to believe everyone is just absolutely touched and moved by these aliens getting tortured. No, there's just not a I'm sure some people would. I would. I'd be upset. I'd be like, that's fucked up. Like, that's not right. But it literally takes one government official being like, well, we had to do this to protect us. Like, we were protecting human beings. We were protecting humankind. And then that propaganda machine goes, and suddenly it's us versus the alien. Like, it's just not a reality in which that happens. It also starts with this guy. He was in Challengers. I liked him in Challengers. He was fine in Challengers. He looks like the guy from Merlin. And it's not right, because why are there so many of these doppelgangers? Like, what is going on? Why do they all have that face? And I also think, is the Challengers guy actually British? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. I liked him in Challengers. I hated him in this. I didn't believe him at all.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it. It's gibberish. I can't understand it.
And I can.
It was not good. And it's not entirely his fault, because I just don't think it was a good character either. And his whole thing in the beginning, you are like thrown into this situation where he's being chased, but they have his girl. They have his girl, Jane. I hate that trope, actually. There's like a Brad Pitt movie where that's like the main thing, where like he's a spy and he's risking it all for the girl. It doesn't work if you don't know who the girl. I'm sorry. I don't care. You could kill Jane in the same sentence and I would not care.
I'm a part of it now. I'm just sorry they made you a part of it too.
Hello, Jane.
Like, you can't have her like life on the line and I'm immediately supposed to like buy it. Okay, he loves her. I love this guy. We're gonna get this. I don't care. I don't care what is going on. I don't care. I'm like so annoyed. I hated this movie so much. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then get this. Jane, because they have to tie in religion somehow, right? Because these are like otherworldly beings. Jane used to be a nun, which like whatever. She used to be a nun. And the guy is like, you lied to me. Like, this is such a big secret that she's Catholic. Like, that's the big secret, that she's Catholic. Like, brother, you worked with an agency that was hiding the secret of aliens. Okay? She used to be a nun. Get a grip. I just. The only saving grace was Emily Blunt's character, I think. She, which is crazy to say because Colin Firth is in this movie and I'm a huge Colin Firth apologist. I love that man. Okay. Nanny McPhee was a very confusing movie for me because I was like, do I want to be him or do I want to be her or do I want both of them? Very confusing movie to be. It turns out you wanted both, honey. You wanted both. Okay. Colin Firth couldn't even save the movie for me, and his little freaking turtlenecks did nothing for me. That's how bad of a movie it is. Emily Blunt's character is a weather lady, which trigger warning. I was triggered because I used to be a news producer. Let's talk about it. She works in Kansas City, which I don't think is one of the big markets, which if it is, I'm sorry, Kansas. I'm sorry. But at the top of my brain, does not seem like it's one of the big markets. Their set is crazy for a local NBC station. Like, that cannot be a reality. Maybe it is. I'll have to look. I just don't believe it. Also, they had a crew of like 50 people for what I'm assuming is like their midday show. Not a reality. Not a reality. Not a reality. Okay. And they also have a part where they get like a newscast going and the local team is like, we have to get national on this. Like, let's call national. And like, you could call national, but that's also not really gonna happen. And then they're like, CNN should take this, ABC should take this. The process of all of those stations taking your feed is like so ridiculously annoying. And then the concept of them just putting up footage that has not been vetted, which is, it's just not a reality. Like, it's just, again, it's a movie, so who cares? But I'm just letting you know that would never, ever, ever happen. Like, that's so dumb. And then the whole thing is like, everybody's like watching this news feed together across the world and we're all united being like, God, these people were treating the aliens so poorly. And it also, like, there's this like scene where it's like American soldiers and they're all watching it. And literally my friend laughed out loud next to me because it was such like American exceptionalism, pat yourself on the back. Like it's a very like, we are at war propaganda. You had to just stick in that war propaganda, huh, Steven? It's just bad. It's just a bad movie. Right. 2.5 hour movie. It's that long because they keep on reusing the same shots. They have like the cat and mouse situation going on, right? This company, people, agency, government, I don't know, is trying to get the Challengers guy, which there's this one scene where they roll up to the house and he is like maybe like 10 feet behind them, walking, like bending down along a fence line that you can very like easily see behind. Then he gets in a car and slams the door and they don't turn around until he's like driving into the crowd.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
You're telling me that they roll up to this house and not a single person turns around, checks their six? dumb, stupid movie. Stupid movie. Okay. It's just such a stupid movie. And then there's all these shots because it's the cat and mouse. He gets away. They find his location again. They try to go get him. He gets away. They find him again. They try to go get him. He gets away. And we need the same shot of 10 unmarked vehicles rolling up to the exterior of the building. How many times do I have to see that, bro? Like, it's so. Save yourself the time. I'm gonna let it go because I just had to sort of get the rust off my gears with this. Disclosure day. Here's my disclosure. Skip it. Save your day. We should have gotten margaritas at Texas Roadhouse instead. When given the option, always choose margaritas at Texas Roadhouse. That's the lesson here today. 4 seasons, season 2. Okay, 4 seasons. It's about these married couples. You follow them through a year on their holiday trips. I guess these couples have known each other, I think, since like college. It's a very sweet show. I will say I'll just get my main critique out of the way. It's a great show. I love this show. This is probably, yeah, we'll call it the top Dan. Yeah, I think this is a top Dani pick. My main critique, I think that everyone is a powerhouse in their own right, but sometimes when like the whole group is together acting, it's a little bad. I don't know. There's just certain scenes where it's like, that was bad. And it's fun. I think it's a great show. It's really fun. It's really sweet. I don't think that the power is in their acting. I think the power is in the storytelling and the humor and the production value. But that it's not every scene. It's just certain scenes I'm like, yikes. But it's not. I'm being dramatic. It's fine. It's fine. It's really good.
I can't sell the boat, Jack, because I traded it for 2 donkeys.
What the fairy tale fuck?
For me in particular, let's get some Dani lore.
I definitely have like a deep fear. Chill. Definitely have some intimacy things going on. Relationships very much scare me. Specifically, heteronormative relationships are very scary to me. Even though like my parents have like like are very much in love and have been together for like, I don't know, 30 years and are very much in love. And like everyone around me is married to their high school sweetheart. For real, actually. That's T. My sister married her high school sweetheart. My best friend is married to her high school sweetheart. Another one of my best friends is getting married to her high school sweetheart. It's a whole thing.
This show is the first thing, really, honestly, truly, that has not made me like afraid of marriage. Isn't that crazy? And it's not that like I'm surrounded by like bad examples. I'm surrounded by great examples. Television is just more powerful to me in particular. Specifically, like in season 1, Tina Fey and Will Forte have this scene where she's like, yeah, we're like going through it. Like, I think we're gonna have to go to couples therapy. And they're both just like, fuck.
I think we need to go to therapy.
Yeah, I know we do.
And like, that was like very healing to me. I was like, wow. And the way that the couples talk about each other is very kind and like human and real. This season, one of the couples struggles with the concept of kids and if they've missed their window. And I think that that's like a very interesting conversation to have.
Should we have a baby?
Is this right for me?
Yes.
Is this right for the world?
Stupid question.
Is this right for us?
No.
Congratulations, dear reader.
You can come to like this conclusion of, you know, we missed our season and it'd be like that. and we can mourn that, but we can also celebrate like the life that we have together. And they move to Italy and it's so hype, and they just like love each other and will sacrifice a lot for each other, and it's very, very, very sweet. What else? I think that the characters also talk a lot about performance. I think we live in a society, and sometimes I always talk about, as an individual, sort of your personality and your outwardness can be sort of like the puppet, kind of like a Fleabag situation, right? Like the Fleabag that the world sees is the puppet, and then what we as the audience sees and the priest sees in the later season is the puppeteer. And I'm very because I feel that very much like about myself, and the people that I become friends with tend to be people who like are like, oh yeah, like that's a good show, but like who's that behind the curtain? And I think that that's going a lot. That's like a theme in this show, like what's behind the curtain, girl.
I thought you loved it here.
I was trying to sell you on Italy because I was also trying to sell myself. I mean, it's beautiful and Claude is so happy, but it's also weird, you know, like some of the police cars are Lamborghinis.
Who's hiding? Like, what's the truth? Because you are trying to be this good person, you're trying to be X, Y, and Z, but like that's not the truth. Where are you in that? And I think that that's going on, which is a fun time. Just overall a good show. It's just overall a good time. 4 seasons. Top Dani pick. I have to revisit my notes for Testaments because I wrote them a while ago before I went on my trip, and I know that I wanted to talk about it, and I kind of remember. This is atrocious. That's Obsession. Okay. Testaments. Testaments is a sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. I don't think that you need to watch The Handmaid's Tale to watch Testaments. I watched about 3 seasons of The Handmaid's Tale. I never finished it because it got a bit much. But I really like Testaments. There is nothing more powerful than being a teenage girl, and there is no experience I'm more thankful for than the experience of being a teenage girl. The amount of times that stuff has come up in the workplace and it's like been very like clear, like, wow, these men have never been teenage girls. And if they were, they'd be dealing with this situation a lot differently. I think it's very important to center women in narratives like this because women are like the ones who keep society in a way, like in the patriarchal system. Stay with me. Women are the keepers of the house and the home, and are the keepers of gossip, and are the keepers of information within the circles. So in cult stories like this, I do think it's important to centralize women, because women are actually the ones that have most, if not all, the information, and it's the men who think that they do, but they don't. They just have the power, which power does not equal knowledge. And so, yeah, so this is about teenage girls getting ready for marriage. They're plums, and when you get your period, you are ready for marriage. And there's an obsession with fertility. So an interesting dynamic that they also have with these women, right? Daisy, I think is her name, or is she a Daisy? She's a pearl. Daisy's her name. Daisy is a pearl. Pearls are girls who are very basically converts from different countries. She's a spy from Canada. Spoiler. She's very obviously a spy from like the first episode. You're like, this girl is not about it. She's not with it. You sort of through her eyes are learning like the ideas of this society. She's told not to underestimate these girls, which is I think is very key, because these girls are growing up in a hyper-vigilant society. They are hyper-vigilant in ways that they don't even know that they are, and they don't even know that that these girls perceive so much. And they don't necessarily have the language or the words to place what's going on, because language is power. Like for the longest time, we didn't even have sexual harassment as like a word, because when you give things meaning, then people are able to be like, oh, like that happened to me too. And that is like a very big thing in the means of like control, and having control over people is like controlling their language and controlling their knowledge. Like these girls, all they really know about sex is like nothing. Like really just like you have your period and then suddenly you can have babies. They have this concept for fertility, young women, older men. One of the guys makes a comment about like how it makes him uncomfortable to like imagine his daughter in this way, but it's a sacrifice he's willing to make for like the fertility of his country. Every little thing is taken note of. Like there's a lot of ties with like Bridgerton, which is weird. They have to live so specifically. Spilling something could ruin your absolute future. That's going to build up a lot of resentment. They get those feelings out in public displays of violence, whether it's collectively we are calling for somebody's hands to be cut off, whether it's looking at our peer and telling them that they're worthless and that they're nothing and blah, 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 blah.
A dirty girl.
Dirty girl, dirty girl, dirty girl, dirty girl.
Corrections was our time to unleash, and we devoured it.
Dirty girl, dirty girl, dirty girl, dirty girl.
I'm ashamed of how much I miss it.
Dirty.
These collective actions make everybody guilty. That's another like sort of culty tactic. If everybody is guilty, then you're less likely to like run away or confess or like whatever. We have some lesbian dynamics, live, laugh, love. There's like a hot guy who I feel like I kind of got lost in the sauce, where I was like, yes, Miss Ma'am, get your hot guy, forgetting that like she's 16 and he's like, I don't know, probably like my age, like in his mid to late 20s. Weird. Miss Ma'am Agatha, who's Hannah? Agatha and Daisy? No, Agatha and her bestie who's a lesbian, who's marrying the guy that she likes, Garth. They share a kiss. Now, a lot of people are very mixed on this kiss. I think that for Miss Ma'am Bride, she was like, I love you, and like, this is my display of love and my desire, and it's always been you. It's you. I think Miss Ma'am Agatha, is that her name? I don't know. Was like a bestie kiss for my bestie. Slay. Devastating. Brutal. Heartbreaking. Horrible. And then Garth like picked her up and then like locked her in a dark room. I don't know. Suspicious. Is he doing it to protect her? Is he doing it to be evil? I don't know if I trust him. I think that he's just like hardcore mission. I think that he's like more of the bandwagon, which I respect, of like, no one is special. I'm here to get my job done. I'm here to take down this government. Stop throwing these wayward girls my way. I'm not interested. I just want to do my job. And if that's where he's coming from, I respect it. If he's being a little freak, I don't respect it, obviously. What other notes from that? It's timely. Yeah, I just can't remember a lot. I should have done this when I was like more in the sauce. I don't know. It's a great show. I need to read the books. I'm excited for the next season. I'm glad it's coming back. I really like the world building. Daisy's a terrible spy. Couldn't be a worse spy. Yeah, good times all around. The Testaments. Let's go. This is going to be a quick speed round of all the shows that I was going to talk about, and then I just like don't really fully remember anymore. But I took notes about them like last month. Taking Point, I believe this has Kate Hudson. I gave it a 5 apparently. It says fun, Schitt's Creek-esque. I really like the son. I remember this. I remember liking Jackie. He's like sort of like their bastard son. I hate that term, sorry. And they immediately accept him. It's like a nice succession. A man's aggression. I always got it. I thought daughter to my core. I'm like, yeah, they talk a lot about a man's aggression versus a woman's aggression and how, you know, what's more accepted by society and what's not. Taking Point on Netflix. It's overall a good time. I remember liking it. It's fun. St. Denis Davis Medical, I gave that also a 5. It's a classic formula of a mockumentary. I like how the actors look very normal and are normal people. Many actors from Superstore. I really liked Superstore. Hardworking mom is the main character. Very funny, like Scrubs-esque. Especially like the new season of Scrubs that has the same feeling. They talk a lot about for-profit hospitals, which is a common theme in shows like this. It's almost as if our healthcare system sucks. Nemesis. This was my original Dani pick from last time. So this is also a Dani pick. Dani pick. Warning, copaganda. Big copaganda. Big, huge copaganda. Not a fan of that. Very cat and mouse. It's what I wish season 2 of Beef was. Like, this was much more Beef-esque. A lot of the women being like, just stay alive. When will my husband return from war? And I hate that. Like, I don't like that trope either. Shocker. Mystery, intrigue. I don't typically like action shows, but I did like this. Cop bad. And they didn't really give him redemption. Yeah, because it's like he's like a bad parent. I remember that. He's like a bad parent, and they're like, yeah, just because you're good at your job doesn't make up for the fact that you're a bad parent. Like, you're not that good of a guy. And that was slay. I enjoyed that. So the speed round of Dani's TV guide. I think we're all caught up. What else am I watching right now? Love Island, Brinity till the end. Little House on the Prairie. I want to read the books, and then I'm going to do a whole special episode. So that's going to be future casting. I think that's really kind of the wave. I've been traveling a lot. So I watched like Hamnet. I watched crazy movies on the plane. I watched Hamnet. I watched the third Avatar, which was too long and too boring. I liked the first one. I liked the second one all right. What else oh my God, I watched Sinners on the plane. Anyways. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please let me know what you guys are watching and what you're getting into. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna be here. That's a threat. See you next time.